This is our new ScanX in our portfolio called the ScanX Edge, and it is a single track scanner designed to acquire from a size 0, a size 1, and a size 2. Important to note is this scanner is using our new IDX PSPs, which have an RFID antenna built onto the plate, and that will communicate to the scanner. So this scanner is only going to be able to acquire images from the Air Techniques IDX plates. You are looking at G3620 for the size 0, package of 2. You are looking at G3621, which is the size number 1, package of 2. And then G3622, which is the size number 2, package of 4, like our other phosphor storage plates. These plates will be loaded into our side loading G-series barrier envelopes. And again, this will be available in size 0, 1, and 2. The size 0 is going to be G8511-0, size number 1 is G8511-1, and size number 2 is available in 2 separate part numbers. G8511-2 is the standard 300 pack, and G8511-2K would be the more economical 1000 package of size 2 barrier envelopes. This is the IDX phosphor storage plate. We have our non-sensitive side and our sensitive side, just like our existing phosphor storage plates. We have our A indicator on both sides. So these are going to go into our barrier envelope, where we have a clear side and an opaque side. These are the G-series side loading barrier envelopes that will get loaded like so. Goes in, as you see here. We will then take this sticky and unpeel that, disregarding that, and then sealing that up. So now we have a non-exposed plate that can be placed into a patient's mouth. We will then do our exposure. We will take our non-exposed plates and place them into the patient's mouth and expose them as we normally would, with the sensitive side facing the tube. Once we've done our exposures, we would then take the plates out of the patient's mouth. We would use a disinfectant wipe, such as Monarch, as we have over here. And I will follow the instructions of the wipe to wipe down the plate in the used barrier envelope. The next step is going to be activating the ScanX. So we would be doing that with our imaging software called VisionX. And I'm simply going to choose my patient from the patient list. I'm going to choose myself here, John Newman. Once my patient is selected, we have the name selected up over here. This is noting which patient we are about to be acquiring into. I'm going to choose the acquire button, which is this drop down over here. If we're doing single images, I'm just going to select this option here. We will choose what scanner this is. This happens to be the ScanX Edge, and momentarily we'll see the status indicator on the scanner indicating that the machine is ready to accept the plate. Now, what you're seeing over here are which cartridges happen to be in the ScanX. So because this machine can do size 0, size 1, and size 2, they have specific cartridges that would be inserted into the machine itself, depending on what plate we are scanning at the time. So right now the size number 2 is inserted into the ScanX, and that's the first plate that we're going to scan into the machine. So that's why that is illuminated with S2. Once I do the size 2, I will take that out and put in the size 0 for this demonstration as well. So with our exposed PSP still in the barrier envelope, which has been now wiped down and disinfected, I will then take my notch, which I have on this side and this side over here, and that's going to allow me to open up the barrier envelope like so, still being used in normal office daylighting conditions. So we have our ScanX activated, and I can tell by the status indicator on the machine and also on screen over here. I will open the door. There's my size 2 cartridge. I will push the plate in. battery envelope gets discarded, the machine is now scanning, and it will eventually drop out of the bottom, fully erased, ready for its next exposure. This machine has 2 available scan modes for us to scan at. I happen to choose Intraol High, which is the highest resolution available on this machine, but there is also a quicker acquisition mode called Intraol Standard. We suggest using Intraol High because it does produce the best image quality possible out of the machine. So as you see, our image appeared within our Vision X software, and we can insert another size 2. Again, my exposed PSP in the disinfectant battery envelope. We will insert it into the cartridge like so. As the machine is done scanning the plate, it will then drop out of the bottom as we see our 2 plates down over here, fully erased, ready to be put in a new battery envelope for its next exposure. So there I have my 2 images that we see over here. For the next part, we're going to talk about inserting a size 0 cartridge to allow us to scan a size 0 phosphor storage plate. So essentially, the size number is always going to face you as the user, so it goes in this way, it does not go in this way. And it is keyed so you can see which is the correct orientation, meaning we have steps on this side where it's a straight wall on that side, indicating it's only going to go in one orientation. So for this, I'm going to take the size number 2 cartridge out, and you'll notice the LED on the S2 is now turned off, and we will take the size 0 or S0 and insert that into the scanner. And in doing so, it now indicates and it knows that a size 0 cartridge has been inserted into the machine. So then I will then go choosing my same patient. I will choose my scanner. Now if you only have one ScanX communicating to the computer and others not registered, you will not have to choose a different scanner every exposure. We have now opened the battery envelope. I will then rotate it. We will open the flap and insert the plate into the machine. While the battery envelope does not go in, we close the flap. The machine is now scanning that size number 0 phosphor storage plate as we see over here, and momentarily it will appear on screen. The LED indicators are telling us the status of the machine, so that is our size number 0 that has just been acquired. I will then end the acquisition like we see over here, and the machine goes back into its ready state until we are ready to accept additional plates. The cassette indicators noted with S0, S1, and S2 will illuminate green depending on which size cassette we have inserted. The power status indicator will flash upon boot up and illuminate a solid white upon idle. The scan job indicator, noted with a check mark, will illuminate green when the system is ready to accept the scan job from the imaging software. However, if we forgot to insert a cartridge into the scanner prior to activating the ScanX, we will see it flash green. Once we've set the scan job from the imaging software to the ScanX Edge, the scan LED will illuminate blue, indicating we're ready to insert a plate. If the system ever were to encounter an error, the error status light indicator will illuminate yellow. Please check the software status for further troubleshooting efforts.